now you have one spot for Notre Dame, Oklahoma, Alabama, Vanderbilt, Texas, Miami, and Utah. Oh yeah. Nobody's hoping for a Virginia and a Texas Tech win more than the committee.
This would probably be the first year that I wish the playoff was expanded. I wish that we could get a Miami, a Texas, a Vandy, because those teams are playing really good football right now. And there aren't many years where we got to the end and you're like, hey, there's more teams
that
really compete in this thing. But Texas is playing its best football right now. Texas looks like the Texas we expected to see.
Totally.
Unfortunately, they lost to Florida. So it's probably going to be blocking their chance to get in.
Yes.
Vandy is playing really good football right now. What a fun story
I wouldn't
to
want to play Vandy. They might be the most complete team, best coach team in the college football.
They look really good right now. Miami is back to the Miami we saw for the first 3 or 4 games of the season. They look really good. And it's unfortunate that there's only 12. And that's going to stop some of these really good football teams from getting in. And they have an argument, because at this stage, you look at, say, Texas, their resume and what they've done and the teams they beat. Hey, look, I get it. They look like a playoff team. Vandy looks like a playoff team. Miami looks like a playoff team. Those couple tough losses during a season, and if you're Miami, it was the fact that you lost 2 in a 3-week span to unranked teams. And what do you do with that? But now they come back, they look good. It's going to be interesting to me to see, can BYU be more competitive in the Big 12 championship game than they were when they played Texas Tech straight up? Because when you look at, if you look across it, Ohio State, Indiana, they're getting in. They're just in. Georgia, Alabama, I'm guessing both are getting in because, barring a blowout, I don't know what would stop Alabama from also getting in. The Big 12 gets interesting because if BYU should knock off Texas Tech is getting in with their resume and what they've done.
Yes, that would give the Big 12 2.
That'll give the Big 12 2. And all the math that we've been doing all this time, when you got me down here counting and you start writing down the teams, all of a sudden you realize you're at 14. And then you're like, no. We can only have 12. Someone has to go. Notre Dame is getting in. They look,
I'll just say this,
really good.
Joey, you're bringing up BYU because it's hard to beat a team twice. What about Duke, who kind of backdoored their way in at 7-5 and with all the different tiebreakers? How Miami's not playing in the ACC championship? Wouldn't it be great if just the highest ranked, if there's tiebreakers, why don't we just go to the 2 highest ranked teams in whatever conference for this argument, the ACC? That way, Miami's your best team. How are they not in the ACC championship? So that's got to be frustrating. But if
they'll only get one, the ACC is only going to get one though.
But if Duke wins,
then Virginia's out.
Virginia is out, and Duke's not going by JMU out of the Sun Belt.
No,
and they're not going to go by Tulane in North Texas. The ACC, then their only hope is Miami as an at large.
Do you not think that if Duke wins, because JMU was not ranked last week?
I think JMU's, we'll find out tomorrow night on your show. I think JMU's just knocking on the door. Duke is
interesting.
Duke's over there.
Interesting.
So if Duke wins, they're not in. So the ACC,
you think where's Duke?
Let me backtrack for people that get confused, because I get confused.
Yes.
You get the top 5 conference champions.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only AQ we have. So if you have a Big Ten team that wins with Ohio State and Indiana, if you have an SEC team that wins with the SEC championship, if BYU, Texas Tech, we can all agree whoever wins those 3 games, they're in.
Absolutely.
Okay? The next assumption would be, well, the ACC champion is going to definitely be the 4th highest ranked conference champion. but it's 7-5, even though they're 6-2 in conference, or 5, whatever. What are they? 6-2 in conference play. If Duke wins and knocks Virginia out, Duke is they're with all you others. They're not ranked, even close to being ranked, and a win over Virginia is not going to help them. So if JMU were to win their conference championship game in the Sun Belt, and the winner, either one, in the American wins, you're going to get the American as the 4th team and the Sun Belt if JMU wins. So there's your 5 automatic qualifier conference champions.
Yes.
Nothing there about the ACC. So you're left as an ACC fan to hope that Miami, with the remaining 7 spots, gets in to the conference championship. And then what would that do to the Big Ten and SEC's allotment if you have that scenario? I think Alabama could be in jeopardy because there's only so many spots that you have to go. So if you throw in, this is tough with this graphic, but if you throw in right now the 2 group of 5s, a Big 12, an SEC, and a Big 10 champion, that's 5 teams right there. And then if you go, again, with our argument, BYU beating Texas Tech would still go in. There's 6. Ohio State, Indiana, whoever you'd say wins that, the loser is in, along with Oregon. So that's 2 more spots. Now you're at 8. And now you debate that's 8 teams. You got 4 teams left under this scenario. Who are these 4 teams going to be?
So are you saying that Alabama is on the brink of
I'm saying if you have ultimate chaos this week and the winner of the Tulane North Texas game is in, that's a lock. If JMU wins, and again, this is all based on Duke winning the ACC
based on Duke winning, yes.
So you Duke would be knocked out. JMU, Tulane North Texas winner, they would be in. And then you get your other 3 big, powerful conference champions in, Big 10, SEC, and Big 12.
Right.
So that gives you 5 right there. Then we agreed to Texas Tech, even if they lose to BYU, they're in.
Yes.
It gives you 6. The Big 10, the loser of the Big 10 championship game is in. That's 7. Oregon is in. That's 8. We haven't hit Notre Dame yet, by the way. That's 8 teams that are definitely in. Now you go to the SEC. We already put the champion in. Whoever loses that game, if Alabama loses, they're out under this scenario. Well, you're going to have, if Georgia beat them, that'd be 9. You going to take A&M out?
No, not at all.
That's 10.
But I don't think
you're going to
Alabama.
take Ole Miss out?
No, they're in.
That's 11. Now you got Oklahoma, Alabama, Vanderbilt, Miami of Florida, and Utah for 1 spot. Notre Dame. You got to throw Notre Dame in there too.
Let me do my math here.
I'm just telling you. Let's just hope Virginia wins and the ACC gets a team. But that's chaotic. If Duke, that by the way, that's not that far fetched. I haven't even looked at the spread yet. But
no, it's not that far fetched. Duke is a team that can beat anybody, and they've also proven
they can lose to anybody. Same with Virginia.
They can lose anybody. Mensah is a tremendous athlete at quarterback. He's really talented. And Duke can go either way. I do think Virginia wins that game, but it does get interesting.
3-point spread.
If
3-point spread.
If they do not. And so as we've been talking all along here with the SEC, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're saying they could.
What? You want me to, I again, this is if Duke wins. The ACC is out because you're going to have, if JMU wins, JMU and the American winner would be both in. The champions of those conferences would be in because they would be part of the 5 highest ranked teams.
Yes.
You include the Big 12, the Big 10, and the SEC. Again, that gets you to 5 teams.
Yep.
We agreed that if BYU beats Texas Tech, they're still in. That's 6. We also agreed.
So what do you have for the Big 12? You're saying if
BYU wins.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So that's another one.
Duke wins. So that's 6 with Texas Tech. The Big Ten loser is in. That's 7. Oregon is in. That's 8. Now we have to debate if Georgia wins. That's 9. A&M 10. We haven't hit Notre Dame yet. Ole Miss is in. You would think, even with Lane Kiffin, that's 11. So now you have one spot for Notre Dame, Oklahoma, Alabama, Vanderbilt, Texas, Miami, and Utah.
So basically, the committee is hoping that BYU loses.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They nobody's hoping for a Virginia and a Texas Tech win more than the committee.
Yeah.
If those two things happen, that takes basically 2 spots away from somebody.
And it's very, very interesting. The ACC has been an interesting conversation all along, and people have been a little bit out of sorts a little bit with the idea of the ACC getting left out of this playoff because of how it played out. Not because Miami doesn't look like a playoff team, but because they didn't play for their conference championship, it opens the door for their conference to get left out if Duke wins. Now, that's if Duke wins, and that's BYU has to knock off Texas Tech. Possible, doesn't look likely.
No, but if, again, it's pretty simple. If Duke wins, the ACC is hoping for Miami as their only chance. Yes. Miami is their only chance, and that be at large because their champion will be left. If Duke wins, their champion is out.
Absolutely.
If JMU wins, I'm assuming JMU is going to win.
Yeah, exactly. That's a lot. Assuming JMU wins, assuming that Duke would not be ranked above JMU. I don't know where
no
Duke.
Chance.
I don't know where
JMU
is ranked. I don't know where JMU. JMU's not ranked.
I know, but in the AP, they've been knocking on the door, and that's usually a good indicator of teams that, have a shot of getting up there and being in the conversation. They're 19th. They were 20th last week in the AP poll.
Yeah, but the AP has typically, and honestly, I've been saying for weeks, I was surprised because in the last couple of weeks, between 20 and 25, we have had 1 week, 20, 21, 22, 24, and 25 lost. The next week, three of the teams in that 20 to 25 area lost again. And Tulane was the only team that was able to scratch and claw and find their way in. And I think they made it all the way to 24. I don't know that the group of 5 is getting much respect. Clearly not as much respect as the AP is giving them in the committee room, in that room.
Well,
I'm
think I will
venture. I'm saying that
I'm going to guarantee you this week that I'm going to speculate that JMU.
No, stick with guarantee. I like guarantee.
All right, I'll guarantee that JMU's in the top 25 this week, like at 24, 25.
Okay,
would be my guess.
I think they should be.
They should be.
I'm with you. I've been asking that question all along here.
Yeah. I think the AP having them at 19, the coaches poll having them at 19, and that's pretty remarkable.